Okay, hello everyone. Welcome sa panibago na naman nating lecture. This time we will talk about psychometrics. Let me share my slide. Ang topic natin, theoretical approach in item writing. Before we dig deeper into this approach in item writing, basahin ko lang yung word for the day natin. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. So, itong passage na to, malaki ang connect sa pag-uusapan natin today on the theoretical approach in item writing. Meron akong dalawang goals for today. Number one, I'm going to demonstrate how to write items using the theoretical approach. So, mahalaga tong topic na to for students taking test development. Number two, pag-uusapan natin how test development contributes to psychological research that leads to better psychological life. Kaya ako gusto i-discuss yung number 2 para mas ma-motivate yung estudyante na makita yung value ng test development. Akala kasi ng maraming students, no, yung test development, yung item writing, pampahirap na proseso lang yan para makagraduate. But if you really appreciate the value, anong magandang nangyayari sa buhay natin kapag nakaka-develop tayo ng mga magagandang psychological test, then mababago yung attitude ng mga estudyante about test development. Marirealize nila na mahalaga pala talaga yung proseso ng paggawa ng psychological test. So that's the aim of number 2. So simulan na natin sa number 1. Pag-usapan na natin yung theoretical approach in item writing. So this is an approach in item writing where we develop task items based on existing formal psychological theory. So the keywords here, psychological theory. Meron tayong pinanggagalingan na psychological theory, yun yung nagiging basihan natin sa pagsusulat ng mga items. As you can see here on my diagram, we always go back to that psychological theory. Ito yung gumagabay sa atin sa pagsusulat ng mga items in connection to the construct na gusto nating sukatin. To be more specific, halimbawa, gusto nating sukatin yung konsepto ng love o pag-ibig. Ang gagawin natin, maghahanap tayo ng theory in psychology that talks about love. One example of that would be the Sternberg's triarchic theory of love. Wherein, according to him, if you read the theory, tatlo raw ang major components ng love: passion, intimacy, and commitment. So, ito na ngayon yung magiging model natin na magiging basis for writing items that will measure the concept of love. So, from there, develop tayo ng items under passion. Develop tayo ng items under intimacy. Develop tayo ng items under ng commitment. So, saan nanggagaling yung items natin? From a formal theory in psychology ni Sternberg on love. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag na theoretical approach in item writing. So, ang step 1, para magawa mo tong approach na to, no, is really to read the literature. Kaya dapat, kapag gagamitin mo tong approach na to, mahilig kang magbasa, masipag kang magbasa. Lahat ng tungkol sa triarchic theory of love ni Sternberg, babasahin mo. And one article that you can read, no, in connection to the theory of Sternberg, ito, na sinulat niya mismo. So, babasahin mo yung article na yan, and then, from there, you are going to generate items na dapat tugma sa model ni Sternberg on love. Kapag pinapagawa ko to sa mga students ko in the classroom, meron silang worksheet para mag-guide sila na gawin yung proseso, no? Like, for example, ito yung sample worksheet that I give my students in the classroom. Babasahin nila to, assignment nila yan, and then pagdating sa classroom, if i-fill up nila yung mga tables na yan. So, define ko muna sa kanila kung ano ibig sabihin ng passion. Saan nila kukunin yung ibig sabihin ng passion? Dito sa article na binasa nila. And then from there, mag-generate sila ng mga details about passion. So, according to the article, according to Sternberg, what is passion? Dito nila ilalagay yon. Lahat ng statements that describe what passion is, lagay dito. And then on the right corner, doon sa other side of the column, dito na ngayon, i-convert yung mga details dito gagawin ng items. So from here, ano yung mga details about passion? Dito naman, ano yung mga potential items that reflect this description about passion. Okay? So passion pa lang yon. So ganun din ang gagawin sa intimacy, ganun din yung gagawin sa commitment. Yun yung step 2. Bottom line, saan tayo nagsimula? Sa literature. Nagbasa tayo ng mga literature on the theory of love by Sternberg. And then from there, nag-undergo na tayo ng item development. Now, fast forward, ang finished product niyan, at least in the efforts done by Sternberg, ito yung mga items. Meron talagang formal instrument na na-develop si Sternberg based on his theory of love. Yan. So, i-zoom in natin para makita nyo yung mga items. So, each of the items here, yan, sa 10 items na yan. Pero marami pang items yan, more than 10 yan. But each of the items here are under each one of the passion, intimacy, and commitment. So may mga items doon under passion, may mga items doon under intimacy, may mga items doon under commitment. Okay? So yung ganong proseso na ginawa natin to develop a psychological test, again, ang tawag doon is the theoretical approach in item writing. Kasi may isa pang approach in item writing which will be my lecture na lalabas na next. Okay? So, we are done with number 1. Now, let's move on to number 2. Ano yung value nito? Kumbaga sa simpleng Tagalog, ano ang mapapala natin when we make psychological tests like this? Okay? So, going back, si Sternberg, gumawa siya ng theory of love. Ano ang pangalan? The Triarchic Model of Love or the Triangular Theory of Love. Ano ang pinaka naging accomplishment ni Sternberg because he was able to develop an instrument that measures love based on his theory. For the first time, we were able to quantify love. At ang laki ng naging epekto niyan sa field ng psychology. Finally, psychology can talk about love. It used to be when love was not yet being measured. Highly abstract pa lang yung konsepto ng love, hanggang philosophy lang dapat ang love. So, ang mga experts dyan would be the philosophers. Pwede rin naman sa theology, because theology also talks about love, no? But at least in the psychological level, hindi natin pwedeng pag-aralan yung love kasi nga we have no way of quantifying love. Nakaisip si Sternberg ng theory. Nakadevelop siya ng instrument. So, ang naging epekto sa psychology nun, nadagdagan yung topic natin na pwede nating i-discuss in psychology, such as love. Kasi nasusukat na natin yung love. Diba? Yun yung pinaka naging accomplishment ni Sternberg dito. He was able to move love, or he was able to extend the discussion of love from philosophy/theology papunta sa psychology. And because of that, because we can now talk about love in psychology, now we can have a deeper insight of what love is, at least in the psychological perspective. Okay? So, going back sa model ni Sternberg, ito raw yung 3 components of love. And according to Sternberg, we can measure those 3 components of love by using his instrument. Ano ngayon ang impact niya, no? Because of this approach by Sternberg, na quantify niya yung passion, intimacy, and commitment, nagkaroon ng bagong research area in the field of psychology on love. So that's another impact that you have to remember. Kapag ang isang psychologist, nakadevelop siya ng instrument that can measure a certain psychological variable, nag-generate niya ng bagong research area, which is good for the field. Because as you know, no, in my other lecture, sinabi ko na ang research is the lifeblood of psychology. Kung walang research sa psychology, mamamatay yung field natin. So that's one advantage. Kapag nakakaisip tayo or nakaka-develop tayo ng isang instrument that can measure a mental attribute, meron tayong bagong research area na pwedeng i-explore. In this case, now we can research about love. And one of the things, no, that one of the topics na madalas nire-research in this area is the stability of human relationships. Isa yan sa mga pinakatanong ni Sternberg. What makes human relationships, specifically romantic relationships, stable? Bakit may mga tao nagtatagal? May mga tao hindi nagtatagal. Yung mga relationships, nasagot niya yung tanong na yan. Why? Because finally, we have an instrument that measures love. So going back to Sternberg, ginawa niyang research yan at ang sagot niya ganito. Among couples na yung mga relationships nila unstable, they have one thing in common. No, ano siya, si Sternberg nangolekta siya ng iba't ibang mga couples, romantic couples in a relationship, tapos talagang sinundan niya yung relationship nila longitudinally. As time went by, meron siyang close observation of the three elements: passion, intimacy, and commitment. Mineasure niya ng mineasure as the relationship continued longitudinally. At ano ang finding niya? For the couples, for the relationships na hindi stable, ang common sa mga relationships na yon is pinakamataas nila yung passion, kasunod yung intimacy, kasunod yung commitment. Or pinakamataas nila yung passion, followed by commitment, followed by intimacy. So kapag ganyan ang profile ng relationship ng kapag ganyan ang profile ng couple na nasa relationship, ang foundation nila is passion, yun yung pinakamataas nila, most likely, it's not gonna last that long. And if you ask Sternberg, he is not surprised. Why? Because in another research that he did on this, nakita niya na ang passion as time goes by, as you can see here, ano nangyayari? It quickly fades away. Malakas lang ang passion sa simula ng relationship, pero maya-maya, habang tumatagal yung relationship, bumababa yung passion. So no wonder, kapag yung relationship nung magjowa, nakabase doon sa passion, ito yung basihan nila to say whether they love each other or not, ano nangyayari? Maya-maya, magfo-fall out of love na yung magjowa. Doon nang galing yung terms na falling in love and falling out of love. No, ito yung falling in love. Ang lakas ng passion nyo. Pataas ng pataas. Sobrang kinikilig pa kayo sa isa't isa. Labas pa kayo ng labas sa different malls. Holding hands pa kayo dyan. Sweet messages every night before you go to sleep. Gifts every Valentine's Day. Yan, dito yan. Pero darating yung panahon, ano mangyayari? It will fade away. Yan. So, yung sweetness nyo, nababawasan na. At kapag ito yung basis nyo of love, this is where you will conclude na you fell out of love na. Wala nang spark. Wala nang bago. Naging boring na yung relationship. And that's the time na mag-iisip na kayo that maybe it's time to move on and break the relationship up. Diba? Kaya na, based on this diagram on passion, naalala ko yung kanta ng River Maya yung Kisap Mata. That's a perfect song, no, to reflect the pattern of passion in a relationship as time goes by. Ang sabi ng singer ng kanta, nitong umaga lang, pagkalambing-lambing ng iyong mga matang hayop kong tumingin, mataas yung passion. Nitong umaga lang, pagkagaling-galing ng iyong sumpang walang aawat sa atin. Grabe, no? So, grabe makatingin, grabe ang promise that they will love each other for the rest of their lives. Nandito kasi. Pero maya-maya, ano nangyari? May tanong yung singer dun sa kanta. O kay bilis naman maglaho ng pag-ibig mo sinta, daig mo pa ang isang kisap mata. Kanina nariyan lang o ba't, bigla namang nawala. Bakit nawala? Daig mo pa ang isang kisap mata. Kasi going back to Sternberg, bakit nawala? Nandito na. Naging mabilis yung shift, no, from the rise of passion papuntang the decline of passion. Kaya nabuo yung kantang Kisap Mata. Diba? So, yan yung love that is based on passion. Very unstable. Because feelings fade. Unfortunately, in our culture today, yan yung model of love na tinuturo sa mga kabataan. Napaka-romanticize. Bakit mo mahal ang isang tao? Kasi tinamaan ako ni Cupido sa kanya. Hindi ko naman ginusto na mahalin siya. Bigla ko na lang talagang na-feel na mahal ko siya. You often hear those lines being taught in to our young people. Nagkalat yan sa mga love songs natin. Yung modelo ng love, tinuturo sa tao that it should be based on your feelings. But based on what I'm discussing so far, I hope you saw the problem there na kapag binase mo yung relationship mo sa feelings, sa passion, meron akong feelings for you. Kaya gusto kong makipagrelasyon sa'yo. You see that? Ang cause, bakit ko gusto makipagrelasyon sa'yo? Kasi meron akong feelings for you. Ano mangyayari? Most likely, it's not gonna last. Based on Sternberg's research. And that's one of the reasons why, bakit sa Pilipinas ngayon, mataas ang mga marriages na naaanal. Now, don't get me wrong, annulment is a very complex topic. There are multiple reasons why naaanal ang relationships. Specifically, husband and wife relationships. No, but we cannot deny the fact that one of the reasons kung bakit nagbe-break down ang marital relationships is because one of them or both of them have fell out of love. Isa yan sa mga matitinding reasons kung bakit naghihiwalay ang mag-asawa. Tapos, yung pag-fall out of love na yan, yung pagkawala ng passion, gagamitin pa yan na justification to further promote infidelity. Karamihan sa mga nagloloko sa relationship, tanungin mo, bakit mo niloko yung partner mo? Ano ang sagot? Kasi wala na akong feeling sa kanya. Meron kasing bumihag ng puso ko. Yung feelings ko napunta sa iba. Yon. Tapos, papasok pa yung self-love movement, sasabihin, tama pa yung ginawa ng tao. Kasi sabihin ng self-love movement, you deserve to be happy. Di ba yung word na happy, passion yon? So, hindi na baring lokohin mo yung partner mo, basta masaya ka doon sa bago, you deserve it. Dapat ang priority mo, yung sarili mo, number one. Hayaan mo na yung sinasaktan mo. Huwag mong pansin yung sinasabi ng iba. Kung saan ka masaya, you follow your heart. Yan ang ginagawa ng self-love movement in trying to promote infidelity because the passion is gone. At nagkalat na naman yan sa mga love songs natin, yung ganyang model. Gina-justify pa yung cheating in relationships. Gagawin pang love song. Kaya nabuo yung kanta na bakit ngayon ka lang. Actually, if you read the entirety of the song, it's an infidelity song. Committed na siya, wala nang passion sa doon sa current partner niya, kaya lang may nakita siyang bago. So, iniisip niya kung is it about time na iiwan na niya yung partner niya na committed siya doon para doon sa bago niyang partner na kinikilig siya. Pero again, anong tawag sa kultura natin sa kantang yan? It's called a love song. Mukhang yung ganitong model is justified. After all, you deserve to be happy. Kung saan ka masaya, doon ka pumunta. Iiwan mo na yung mga bagay na hindi nagpapasaya sa'yo. You always run towards the things, towards people who make you happy because, again, what's the tagline? You deserve it. Ganyan ang model of love that most people today adopt in their lives. Kaya, meron akong theological insight dito na realize ko, buti na lang ang Diyos, hindi siya ganun magmahal. God does not love His creatures through His passion. Di ba? For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son. Yung pagmamahal ng Diyos sa tao, hindi based sa passion, rather, it's based on His action. Buti na lang ang Diyos, yung pagmamahal niya sa tao, hindi based sa kilig. Palitan mo yung John 3:16. Imbis na nakasulat that He gave His only Son. Yun yung cause ng pagmamahal niya. Palitan mo, for God so loved the world, or for God so kilig to the world na lang. Diyan ako kakabahan. Diba? If God's model of love is based on His passion, based on His kilig, tapos malaman natin sa research ni Sternberg, ganyan pala yung behavior ng passion, kakabahan na ako. Kasi sa totoo lang, if you consider our behaviors every day towards God, hindi tayo kakilig-kilig. Hindi kikiligin ang Diyos sa atin. Most likely, ang Diyos, iinit ang ulo sa atin because of the sins that we do every day. Lagi tayo nagsisinungaling, laging madumi yung isip natin, madalas nagnanakaw tayo, hindi tayo mapagmahal sa mga kapwa natin, hindi tayo kakilig-kilig in the eyes of God. So, buti na lang, ulitin ko, buti na lang na yung basis ng love niya, hindi kilig. But it's based on something more stable. Which leads me to my next point. Ano naman yung profile ng mga stable relationships according to Sternberg research? They have one thing in common. As you can see here, those couples in stable relationships, ano ang pinakamataas na scores nila? Intimacy, followed by passion, followed by commitment. Or intimacy followed by commitment followed by passion. Or commitment followed by intimacy followed by passion. So how do you explain this? Why are relationships like this very stable? Ang explanation ni Sternberg dyan, kasi yung intimacy and commitment, you can combine them to be under the category of behavior. Yung intimacy kasi behavior yan. Yung commitment behavior yan. So ano sinasabi ng model? Kapag yung relationship nyo, it's based on behaviors, it's based on the actions that you do to each other, mas nagtatagal ang human relationship. The more you work for your relationship, the longer the relationship lasts. And let me emphasize here, no, based on this Sternberg research, that again, love is a behavior. That's the right meaning of love. Love is not a feeling. Kaya, yung mga naniniwala dyan that love is a feeling, lalong-lalo na malapit na mag-Valentine's Day, can you please not use 1 Corinthians 13 as a romantic love chapter? Although it's about love, pero the way love is described in this passage, hindi siya feelings. In fact, if you review the list, yung mga words na ginamit dyan are behaviors, patient, kind, envy, or does not envy, does not boast, is not proud, is not self-seeking. These are the things that you should do. These are the things that a person, a truly loving person, does to another person. Nagigets nyo? So, ang love, hindi siya primarily feeling. Feeling is just a byproduct of love that is based on action, that is based on behavior. And that is what makes relationships stable according to Sternberg research. Kapag ganyan yung model na ina-apply in human relationships, the longer the relationship lasts. Now, it makes sense why in the Bible, love is being commanded. Kasi the way the Bible looks at love is, again, it's an action. It's not a feeling that you have. Kasi hindi naman iuutos yan ng Biblia kung ang love hindi siya behavioral. Diba? A new command I give you, love one another. Ba't ka inutusan to love one another? Because love is something that you do. It's not primarily based on what you are feeling. I hope you got that, no? Now it makes sense why love, in the biblical sense, is a command. I-connect mo rin yan sa marriage vow. If you analyze the marriage vow, that you make in front of God, in front of many people, para matupad mo yung marriage vow mo after marriage, anong dapat mong gawin? Dapat hindi mawawala sa'yo yung behavior that you promise that you're gonna do in your marriage, which is what? If you read the marriage vow, nasaan yung behavior na pinapromise mong gagawin mo araw-araw? Nandito, to have and to hold. Repeat that with me. To have and to hold. Mga action words yan. So when you are in marriage, you're gonna apply to have and to hold your partner regardless of what you feel. Yan yung pinapromise sa marriage vow. Kaya merong for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. To love and to cherish. Actually, idagdag mo pa pala yun, no? To have and to hold, love and cherish. Mga behaviors yan na kailan ginagawa as long as you are alive. Regardless of what you feel, that's what you do. Imagine mo, kung yung husband ganyan. Have, hold, love, cherish the wife. Ganun din yung wife sa husband niya. Have, hold, love, cherish the husband. Regardless of what they feel, ano mangyayari? The relationship becomes more stable. Maliit yung chance na maghihiwalay kasi ganun yung framework nila. That love is something that we work for. Loving each other means doing things for each other, not based on feeling something for each other. Kaya gustong-gusto ko tong picture na to, no? Kapag ganyan ang framework mo sa love and relationships, kahit feel bad ka sa partner mo, kahit galit ka sa partner mo, naiinis ka sa partner mo, kahit hindi ka nakinikilig sa partner mo, what happens? The relationship continues. Mahal mo pa rin siya. Because your love for your partner is defined by your commitment. It's defined by your intimacy that you always achieve with your partner. Kaya nagtatagal yung relationship. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun walang passion. No? Because passion is the byproduct of commitment and intimacy that you do to your partner. Nagiging bunga yung passion. So meron pa ring passion. Pero yung passion, byproduct lang. Epekto lang siya ng mga behaviors that you do for your partner in a relationship. Yan ang correct model of love. Yan ang tamang paraan kung paano magmahal. O kaya nga ang application dito napakasimple. What is the right way to love? Believe it or not, there is a right way and a wrong way to love. Sana na-realize nyo yan. Ano yung wrong way to love? Kapag yung love mo for a person is based on passion, yan yung mali. You base it on your feelings. Kaya kapag may nagsabi sa'yo na gusto niyang magkaroon ng relationship with you, mahal ka raw niya, tapos tanungin mo siya kung bakit, ang sagot niya, may feelings ako for you, you run away. That is not a good reason why the person would want to have a relationship with you. Rather, ano ang tamang paraan? Yan yung mali ha. Ano yung tamang paraan ng pagmamahal? Going back to Sternberg's research, dapat ang basis, ang foundation ng relationship is based on behaviors, commitment, and intimacy. Oh. Kaya kapag may nagsabi naman sa'yo, ikaw ang pipiliin ko araw-araw. Behavioral statement yan eh. Yung word na pipiliin, yun yung behavior niya araw-araw. Monday, ikaw pipiliin. Tuesday, ikaw pipiliin. Wednesday, ikaw pipiliin. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, next week, next month, next year, next decade, ikaw araw-araw ang pinipili. Iisa yung behavior na ginagawa niya. Pinipili ka niya araw-araw. Now, that's a relationship that is based on commitment and intimacy, and that's what makes relationships highly stable. Oh, kaya kapag in-apply mo yan, ganyan yung model mo of love, di ba, lesser heartbreaks yan. Kasi matibay yung relationship. Hindi basta-basta bumibigay. Low stress in choosing a partner. More stable relationships. More stable family. Kasi hindi naghihiwalay yung mga mag-asawa. Healthier youth mental health. Yung mga youth na pumapasok sa mga relationships, nagiging stable yung relationship. Di ba kasi breakup is one of the reasons kung bakit nadidepress yung mga young people. O, kung mas mababa ang chance ng breakup, kasi tama yung model of relationship, model of love, mas maganda yung mental health and more stable society. Kasi nga kumukonti yung mga pamilya na nasisira because the husband and the wife separate from each other. All the good things happen when we love the right way. O, di ba? Naturuan tayo ni Robert J. Sternberg how to love the right way. Pero wag nating alisin sa awareness natin yung test development. Paano natin nalaman lahat yan? Yung mga diniscuss ko dito, the wrong way and the right way to love. How did we know? Because somebody by the name of Robert J. Sternberg developed a test that can measure love. It all started there. Kung hindi naisip ni Sternberg yung theory niya at hindi siya nag-develop ng instrument on love, wala tayong psychological test on love, hindi siya nag-develop ng mga items on love, ano mangyayari? Wala. Lahat ng mga sinabi ko hanggang ngayon, baka hindi pa natin alam yan. Up until now, we talk about love within philosophy or theology. Oh. Pero napakaklaro ng application ng love in the language of psychology because, again, somebody develop a test that can measure love. Yan ang kahalagahan ng test development. It can teach people the right ways, the right behaviors to improve human life. Kaya please lang, huwag nating minamaliit yung test development. It's a very important skill set that psychology professionals should develop. Makakagawa tayo ng bagong research area in psychology. At the same time, that research area has the potential to teach people have a higher quality of life. In this case, naturuan tayo kung paano magmahal ng tama. Alright? So, yan lang yung maikling lecture natin on the theoretical approach in item writing. I have another lecture coming up. May isa pa tayong approach in item writing. Abangan nyo yan. Alright? If you have any questions or comments, ilagay nyo lang dyan sa baba. Sir Howard here. Sana nakatulong tong video na to. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.